Pharr Chamber of Commerce. We will go ahead and start off with roll call and possible action on excusing any absent board member.
Mario Liscano,
Present.
Alex Rios, advised that he might be a little bit late. Sonia Falcon,
Present.
Johnny Rodriguez, he advised he might be a little bit late. Lisanne McAlpine, absent. Ernesto Sepúlveda,
Present.
José Delgado,
Present.
Alma Caso,
Present.
Dr. Annabelle Palomo, absent.
I did receive a call from Lisanne McAlpine that she will not be able to attend. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to excuse any absent board members. If I can hear a motion, please.
So moved.
There's a motion by Ms. Falcone. Is there a second?
Second.
The second by Mr. Sepulveda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed, same sign. Okay, the board members are excused for this meeting. Next, we will have organizational business. We'll start off with the approval of minutes for June 4th, 2021. I know these have been provided for you prior to this meeting. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or remarks on the minutes that were presented prior to this meeting?
Move to approve.
There's a motion by Ms. Falcon to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
I second.
Ms. Amakasu seconds the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed,
Aye.
same sign. Approval of minutes for June 4th has been done. And next we'll go on to the treasurer's report of account summary period ending June 30th, 2021.
Yes, you have before you the the end of quarter report, and if you look on there, you'll see that we had a line item under food. That's gone now. They realigned that budget, so there's nothing else. That's what we were waiting for. It's been done. If you have any questions, please let me know. So we're back in balance.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Ms. Falcon, for your continued review and overseeing of the treasurer's accounts. So at this time, if there's no questions or comments or remarks, I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Make a motion.
There is a motion by Mr. Delgado. Is there a second?
I second.
Ms. Almacaso seconds that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Thank you so much. The treasury report has been accepted. We'll go on to the action items, and this is a portion that I'd like to just bring forth on the discussing possible action of appointing or replacing a board member. At this time, we are in the process of replacing a board member. So we are going to go ahead and put it on our website that we are looking for a board member. So we will have the application process that they can fill out. We'll have an opportunity to review the one position that is available so that they can fill out the application, and we can make sure that is known to the public if anybody that wishes to serve on the particular board, that they will be considered, and there will be a final decision made with the city and our board to accept a new board member. Any questions or any comments on this? Yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify, so based on the plan that the board plans on taking with respect to finding a replacement, there would be no action on this actual item today.
Yes, no, yes. Thank you so much for that clarification. We will have no action. This is more of a discussion to notify them that we are starting the process. Once we do have that, we will require an executive session for it.
I think it's just to notify the public that there is a position on our board open, so that they can apply. They can contact Marcela at the chamber for the application, and then we will consider those applications.
I do want to make a note. We do have a vacancy for the secretary position. Now it would just be a matter of either filling that position or replacing, or, just moving things around.
I think what we can do is we can bring forth on the next board meeting. That way we can set it on the action item to have a replacement for the secretary position from the existing board members.
Marcela, how many
Yes, sir.
positions do we have open, or how many vacancies do we have open?
Just one
Just
for in
one.
the board. Yeah, just one.
Thank you.
So that would bring us to 10 board members if that one's filled. We're currently at 9.
Excellent. Okay, any other questions, anything else before we move on?
I think that if there's any of the board members that are interested in filling the position on the executive board as secretary, please notify Mario.
And we'll bring that up at the next meeting for approval by the entire board. Thank you, Ms. Sonia. Thank you so much. Next, we'll go on to activities and announcements, and we will have the president's administrative report.
Right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with an update on memberships. Let me get my, there you go. Okay, so for the month of June, as you can see on the screen, we had 4 new memberships. We got IBC Bank to come on board, as well as McAllen International Airport and 2 of our cold storages that we already did ribbon cuttings for, which are Keep It Fresh and Invera Fruit. IBC Bank and McAllen International Airport came in as corporate members, and then the cold storages came in as silver level, 250. So that brings us to 53 memberships as of this month, as of June 2021, actually.
Excellent.
Moving on, I do want to give an update on the TCCE annual conference that I was lucky to attend. I went there. The conference was from June 23rd to June 25th. However, I was able to attend on Thursday and Friday, which is the 24th and 25th. I can tell you some of the takeaways from the conference were, to have clear and concise communication with the board. We did have a session that spoke about communication and dealing with issues with board members. And so that was one of the takeaways, as well as focusing on the culture of the organization. They did mention that it was very important to have a clear culture so that can serve as a basis and as a foundation for, just to move on as an organization and align the board members' ideas with the culture of the organization. Now, they also mentioned transparency is key. And they said if the culture is right, you'll see positive results in the wayside. We also were advised to refresh the value statement of the organization. So that is very important to all be united and understand the value that we bring to our members. And also to be very visible on social media. They said, do not let your work speak for itself, but show your work. And the best way or the best avenue to show your work in is social media. It reaches the most amount of people. And then they also mentioned in a leadership keynote presentation during lunchtime, they mentioned that it's very important to find the organization's leaders and to look for places that are not, or for individuals that are not in leadership positions. So it's very important to look for leaders in either, the community or business owners that are very involved in the community, or even within your organization, but they don't have to be in leadership positions to be leaders, and to contact them and to bring them on and to have a close relationship with them, because they're the ones that move your organization forward. Now, we also had another session regarding memberships and membership retention and acquisition after COVID. They mentioned that it's very important to target businesses by number of employees, as well as by the number of years that they've been in business. So whenever you're trying to go out and recruit, it's important to look at these 2 things as the main, as a focus of your recruitment plan. And then that narrows it down and it makes it easier to target certain businesses.
Are we asking that information on the application so we can track that?
Yes, we are asking that information. However, we weren't focusing solely on those 2 items, but we do have that information of all of our members.
So maybe for the next meeting, if you can prepare a report with our existing membership, how many employees total, right? And in all of our members, and what is the oldest business and
Yeah.
what is the newest business? Maybe
Of course.
that way people can hear about what the chamber, who it reaches, right? The number of businesses and the number of employees, and how long these businesses have been established in the city.
Yes. And lastly, they also mentioned that it's important to focus on businesses with more employees. This is mostly to do with retention purposes because it's a bit easier to be able to provide enough benefits for businesses that have more employees. So it just gives you a little bit more of breathing room and it helps you retain those customers because you can provide more for them. Now, they also mentioned that it's important to focus on making 4 connections with businesses and with the community per year. They said at least 3 phone calls and at least 1 annual review meeting with members. So I think that's something that we're definitely going to implement and keep track of. So yeah, doing the 3 phone calls and having the 1 annual review meeting.
Also, we may look in to see if the larger employers, I know a lot of people have been posting job positions, and I know that they need employment, right? And there's employees that need employment, and we need to match that. I know that we can work with the TWC here to help us. And so maybe that's something that we need to understand about our members. Are there any job postings that can be filled with people from the city of Pharr, or that we can help fill them, for the people who are members? So let's find out, how many of our members are needing to fill positions and how can we help through TWC, partnering with them, maybe have a job fair for chamber members, right? And so I know that the event center is not available, but we have the research and development center right on the south side.
Right.
And so maybe we can host a job fair for these chamber members through and have TWC present to help us.
Yes, ma'am. I am receiving a report from TWC for the month of the available positions. So I will be sending that out via newsletter to all of our members and requesting information on whether they have job openings that we can forward and promote for them.
So those are excellent recommendations, Ms. Falcon. And one thing that we can add on to that, of course, is to have that on-site application process for them as well. I think that's an excellent idea that we need to continue to support not only our members, but also our community that might be looking for jobs. So I think that's great, something that we need to
And
definitely
then
work on.
also the
Yes.
city, right, Annalie? There's jobs that the city still has to fill. And so I think it would be great to have a job fair for the chamber members and then also post whatever positions the city may have and have a center where they can go to, right, and advertise that in the Spanish channels and in the English channels that we're going to have that and where it's going to be. So let's kind of get on that now, so we
Yes.
can target it and see how it goes for the next meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think it's important. And it could be a service that, our chamber members will find very helpful.
Will do.
This is the perfect time
Yes.
for it. So I think that your recommendation
Yeah.
to move on that and have something for next presentation for next meeting is excellent.
And even for the school district, right?
Yes.
There's jobs available.
Excellent.
Thank you. Now we're going to move on. So these are just some of the images from the conference. It was also really great to network with other chambers. I think it was very important to get to meet them in person and to introduce myself since, I'm fairly new to the position. It was great to get out there and really meet with everybody. I was able to meet with people from the Edinburgh Chamber as well as the Hispanic Chamber. I met, the CEO of the McAllen Chamber, Steve. And so, yeah, we spoke a little bit and it was just good to get some business cards out there and work on some collaborations in the future. Okay. All right. And now moving on to an update on the membership manager position. We currently have 8 applications in. So we have 8 applicants. We have the position open until July 23rd. So that's when it's expected to close. We could close it before, but it's not advised. I spoke to Miss Alanis, Assistant City Manager, and she let me know that it could be done, but that it's best to leave it as is, as it was posted initially. And Yeah, but we can start with interviews as soon as possible. And so we just need to set a date for that. And I will get with you to set a date for when we can start interviews and, go through that process. Now there are the new hire orientation dates for the city are July 19th, August 2nd, and August 16th. So it's just good to keep in mind so that whenever we do go through the interviews, we can get them in as soon as possible, the candidate.
So this position closes July 23rd.
23rd,
So we're not
yes.
going to be open for the July 19th. So
No,
this would have
that's-
to go aim to the August 2nd. Is
Right.
that right?
August
Okay.
2nd and August 16th.
Okay. So those are our target
The
dates.
two, yeah, the target dates. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So just getting together just to come up with a date so that we can start interviews. We can start them as soon as possible, even if the position is still open.
So
Just
the
a fine.
position is still open. If
It's
there's anyone out there that's interested in the membership.
It will be open
yeah.
until July 23rd.
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you.
Excellent. Any other questions, any other comments for the President's Administrative Report? If none, let's go on to upcoming events and let's go ahead and discuss the upcoming events for the month of July and August, of course.
Right. So for the month of July, we have the Hub Market Days coming up. That's this Saturday, actually. We already have our 25 vendors, and we're also going to have some of our members there. There's going to be Top Golf and I believe Crunch Fitness again. They're going to be joining us. And I think T-Mobile, they're going to be joining us as informational booths. So that's just a little perk that we like to extend to our members to be able to be there and give out information. But we already have 25 vendors. The food trucks will be open. They have been advised. And yeah, everything's going smoothly. We've received very positive feedback. Last Hub Market Days, we weren't able to have a live band on site, but we'd still have music on and everybody was very happy and pleased with it regardless. We did have about 300 people show up and support us. So it was our biggest market yet. I'm not sure if the weather is going to be great for this one. Hopefully we get to carry on. But yeah, we're just keeping our eye out for the weather just to see if we can still have it and continue. But yeah, we're set to go. We invite you to join us. It is really fun. It's great. We have very great products. They're all handmade, very artisanal. So it's just good to support our entrepreneurs here in the area.
So if it rains out, then what's the plan?
The plan is to postpone. We
So
don't
next
have,
week or-
yes, we don't have any covering or anything. Everything is just outdoors and it's open. We do ask them to bring an umbrella for the sun, just one of those self-weighted umbrellas, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cover everything and all of their product. So we would have to postpone for the
That will
following
just be
week.
Moved over to the next Saturday, given the weather is. good.
Right.
Okay.
But we will let you know about all of this. All right, we are going to have a ribbon cutting upcoming July 22nd for Mami Rosa Home Care. We're working on the invitation now, but we do have their logo. So yeah, that's going to be a ribbon cutting for them on Friday. And lastly, we have the Miss Pharr Scholarship Pageant coming up on August 28th. This is a pretty big event. We had our first recruitment session, you can call it, this past July 4th on Sunday, because we were able to be there with the city and we passed out a lot of flyers and information. We were hoping to get some registrations. We were prepared with, our iPads on site so we can get, on-site registrations. However, we received some pushback regarding the registration fee, and we unfortunately weren't able to get any on-site registrations. But we did promote it. We had Ms. Victoria Brewster out there with us to pass out information and just to walk around, take pictures, and kind of just bring promotion to the event. So hopefully we get more traction. We are posting it on social media. We have it on our website. We were able to create an online application and integrated online payment on there just to make it easier for people to access and to sign up. So yeah, we're going to continue recruiting, and we actually already went out to about 20 businesses here in the area on Cage Boulevard, and we handed out posters. We already placed them on their windows. So we're going to continue doing that effort this after the meeting today to go out there and put up more posters so that we can get the word out there.
So is it on the city's website also, not just ours?
Yeah, their Facebook and the website. Yeah. Yeah, for the events.
And I think this is going to be a great event. I know that working with the city, we'll be able to highlight, businesses, and the fee is there because it's a requirement. So I understand, like Ms. Falcone said, that we need to do these fundraisers, and this is something that's an annual fundraiser that we'll do, on a regular basis, and we'll be able to do it not only during this time, but also recognize them during our ceremony might have in December. Any questions, any comments, or any remarks?
Quick question on the pageant. So
Yes.
the fee is for the scholarships? Is that what that's for?
Yes.
That's
So the
correct.
fee, yeah, it's 150 for, it just covers everything. We're also going to be giving them workshops. We're going to have workshops for them to help them with the interview aspect of the pageant, and then dress rehearsal and all of that. So it covers that as well as the scholarship. And we're also going to be fundraising outside of just registering contestants. So that's going to help with the scholarship as well.
Excellent. Thank you. Any other questions? If no questions, next we have nothing on closed session or executive session.
I think there was a question about on the Ms. Pharr, are there going to be sponsors?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to have sponsors.
Yeah, so that if they want to participate in that, if sponsors are interested, they can
Yes.
just contact you at the chamber.
Yes, we're going to have a program book where we're going to have all the information on the girls, and that's where we're going to include our sponsors.
Excellent. Okay. Any other questions, comments?
I have a question. It's probably one of those obvious, but I'll just go ahead and ask. Does the candidate, do they have to be residents of the city of Pharr?
Yes, that's one of the requirements. They have to be residents of
Very
the
good.
city of Pharr. And just fall within one of those categories. So we have
Yes.
from 10 years old to 21. And
Okay.
of course, they have to be in school. There's some sort of education program, trade school, or, and hopefully wanting to continue education.
Very good.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other comments? If none, the next thing that we have on our agenda is adjournment. Do I hear a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
There's a motion by Ms. Falcone. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second by Mr. Sepulveda. Mr. Delgado. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed, same sign. This meeting is adjourned at 12:23 p.m.
No gavel. You don't need a gavel. Well, then. Gavel must travel.
We have lunch coming at 11.